Hey, so I am back and I am in my home now, okay? And that tree is behind my chair and I'm like, okay, maybe my hair is now intact cuz last time it wasn't when I first came on the first live. But yes, I'm in my home now, so I figured I got cut off earlier cuz the phone actually got too hot in my car when I was doing it earlier. I was parked at the library cuz I had to go in the library but I got cut off. So I wanted to make sure that I do come back again. But I'm going to put the other link to the part one of the video in the description box so that you can be able to review that and be able to see the first part. I got a little too caught up in my head because my head is just like, I'm like, I don't know. This twist out didn't turn out as good as I thought it would be. My hair is just so thick. But anyway, enough of that. Y'all didn't come to hear about my hair. Y'all come to my channel. You may be viewing this so that you can hear about the topic that I posted. But yeah, the topic that I posted is promotion comes from above. And in the last video, firstly, this is the last word you're viewing with your host, Tanisha. I am Tanisha. I create the last word as a space for myself to be heard and for others to be heard as well. So you can chime in and give your thoughts on any topic that I do each week. Each week I do a live on usually on Wednesday afternoons. This week it came a little bit late. Well, it didn't come late, it came on time, but it got cut off. So I'm redoing a part two to finish up where I left off in the last video. So you'll be able to see the part one in the description box. You can just go ahead and go in that box. Well, after I load this and do the replay, you'll be able to see it because I'll be able to put it in because I didn't get to put it in the description box while I was doing my live or setting up this live. So, but where I left off at was brown nosing. I'll give you a little bit of what I was mentioning before is that promotion comes from above. So it's pretty much dealing with your place of employment if you work at a job. I was just speaking about how you have to know the difference between being employed and being abused. And sometimes it can occur in a place of employment where, you may be dealing with, I guess, intense work environment or like a hostile work environment. Not hostile as far as anybody being physical or sexually harassing or anything like that, but I'm just speaking as far as the office morale. If you work in like a professional office setting, the morale can be really tense, and different things like that, especially if the line of work is is stressful. And it is a stressful line of work, but I think I have learned to deal with the work that I do despite my flaws, because I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm perfect. But I think a lot of times when people get placed into supervisor and management positions and different things like that, you know, people usually get those positions because they know somebody that knows somebody or something like that. And I'm not trying to, speak against their worth or their value or their merit to actually be in the position. But it really does entail more than just being able to go and excel and beyond in work. You understand? Like, you really have to be emotionally and mentally conscious when you're dealing with individuals who are beneath you. It's not just about giving orders. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not just about managing people. You understand what I'm saying? It's, about support. It's about coaching. It's about educating. It's also about extended training when you are a supervisor in the management position to give the employees support that they need to be able to continue to thrive in their job so that you can create another leader instead of just being a leader, just, and managing and supervising someone. And then also, we all are imperfect, so none of us are perfect. I think, my lesson in experiencing different supervisors that I've experienced is that if I ever am given an opportunity to become a supervisor, that I will always remember to focus on people's strengths. And if there are weaknesses, discovering or exploring ways that I can turn that weakness for that person into a strength. So just because someone has a weakness doesn't mean you need to write that person off. Like, my weakness is talking, for one, And my weakness is my tone. Like, I'm a very passionate, outspoken person. But, it's come to the point where you say to yourself, I'm not going to hate myself because I can't lower my tone. Like, I've been trying to lower my tone since I was a little girl. Like, I've always been outspoken and had more of a, I guess, manlier tone. I don't like the fact that I do have a manlier tone. I want to be more softer tone, in my voice and more feminine or whatnot. But I cannot help. That's something that God created. Like, that's the part of me that God created. And I think a lot of times people can misconstrue that and think and, be intimidated by that or feel like it's aggression. But how can you feel it's aggression if I have a smile on my face? I don't understand. Like, I come into my place of work always with a smile, first of all, and greeting people and treating people the way that I need to treat them. Now, and I work in customer service. So the work that I do is customer service. And it's not going to always be pleasant when you're dealing with customers who may be upset or whatnot. And, but I've had better calls than I have worse calls. So when it comes to being on the phone with clients, and I'm working hard to improve in the areas that I'm not so great at. But I think what occurs is that a lot of times when you're in a supervising or employment or management positions is that you have to be careful not to focus too strongly on a person's negative or weaknesses, because you make that bigger than their strengths. And especially if it's a situation where their strengths do outweigh their weaknesses. You understand? Like, you don't want to blow it up because this person, the management, made a statement to me and was like saying to me that it's always been like that. But how? Like, I've been here 10 years and there's no way that it could always have been like that. And see, that's what will throw the whole perception and the whole perspective off, because then you have blown this situation up to make it be more than what it really is. You understand? So, and I think that's just what I think about it. And I just think that the brown nose, and let me get back to that because I went off into a rabbit hole about that. But I think when it comes to brown nosing, like, I've never known how to do it or never could, be in a place of work and do that, because it's so disingenuous. Like, you're not being your genuine self. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I've never been able to just be in a workplace and not just be who I am. Like, that's not what I would normally do. I'm not normally, a people pleaser. I mean, I am a people pleaser in the sense of, like, my family, my friends and stuff like that. Sometimes I probably people please too much when it comes to a social situation. But at my job, I've never been like that kind of a people pleaser, because I haven't really been close to somebody to feel like I need to do anything extra to please them or go out my way to do anything. If I'm doing my job and going out my way to do my job, then that's what I'm supposed to do. You understand? And I do want to step up more and do more things and go beyond and go and excel. But at times that I've done that, it's not been recognized. So it's like it is a situation where you can be discouraged to say, okay, I don't want to keep stepping up and stepping out if if they're not going to give me my credit for it, or if they're not going to acknowledge it or whatnot. And or if I'm given an opportunity, but it's sabotaged to appear as if I didn't do well in the opportunity, because there have been times that I have done well. So it's just in the workplace, what I have learned and what I'm learning is that our promotion comes from above. Like, God, any door that God is going to open, no man can shut. And if God is allowing this person to have a hardened heart to not allow me to go through the door because that person is in a position above me. You understand what I'm saying? So the promotion comes from above, meaning the person above has to promote me, but also above, speaking of spiritual aspect of it, and from a believer's point of view, the Heavenly Father above, right? But we also know what else is above. And I'm not going to get it. Well, I guess you could say we also know what else is above, right? Because our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness, principalities in high places. You understand what I'm saying? So we know those things are above that we have to battle and fight against too. So individuals that are in those positions can be influenced by, by evil spirits that are controlling the person. You know, I'm a believer and I believe in faith and I have faith, but at the same time, don't I'm not implying that about my workplace. I'm saying in general, so that way it won't be misconstrued. But I'm saying in general, when it comes to my workplace, I think there is some miscommunication on the management's end and on my end. And listen, my channel is a raw channel. You know, I am going through a journey of personal development as well as, you know, even professional development because I'm also a marketer as well outside my day job. So, you know, I just want to be free and do what I need to do in my channel for myself, for my own self. And that's the reason why like I said, I created this channel. And anybody else who sees can just join in, chime in, whatever. Anybody want to add to it can add to it. But I just want to be able to be free in this space to speak freely, you know, my opinion and get certain things off my mind. That's the reason why I call it the last word and different things like that, because I just want to be able to speak freely and be able to do that in a space where I'm not being shut down. Because all my life I have been shut down because I've been a talker most of my life, but I've always been shut down. But I think what I say makes sense. Like if I'm not making sense, engage. Okay, engage, help me understand what I may not be understanding, because I'm willing to accept any input that anybody else puts in to help me understand some things that I may not understand. But basically, that's this week's topic. Promotion comes from above. And, you know, just having to deal with the stress that I deal with on my job, having to learn how to take care of myself better, because stress can wear out your body mentally, emotionally, physically, every way. And, you know, stress stinks too. Like, ew, it actually stinks. You know what I'm saying? Like literally in your physical body, it makes you, okay, reek. Okay, so whenever you're in turmoil and not at peace. And so it's just also a part of the promotion comes from above. It's also learning how to keep your peace and not allow those things to affect you. And really, it hasn't ever affected me until I began to try to seek and apply for the promotion that I felt like I was prepared to receive. And my thing is that I really would, if I was a supervisor, I really would help and coach an employee before they get to a point of being promoted. Like I wouldn't make them feel like they're doing such a great, wonderful job to the point they apply for it to get a promotion, and then let them know, oh, this is what you need to do, or this is what you have not been doing. Okay, well, is there a reason why when I didn't do it that you didn't tell me then? Like all this time you've been praising me up until it's time for a promotion, but then it's time for a promotion, you're flipping and saying another thing. So this is another reason why I'm seeking other avenues for ways and means to create income for myself, and ways and means for me to not be shut down, because family, friends, supervisors, individuals who don't necessarily take to you or don't really believe in you or don't really are not talkative. I'm a talkative person. I have tried to change that for a long time, and trying to change that caused me to be in a place of depression. It caused me to be in a place of dislike for myself. Like I'm not going to hate myself because of my tone of my voice. Like I can't do that. And then being put in another thing that I would do with employees is help them. Like I said, I think I already mentioned that, but help them discover ways that their weaknesses can become a strength. Like, for example, if that person maybe, I'll just use myself as an example because of my tone. Okay, I may have a louder tone or whatnot over here in this area. Okay, well, let's just see. Let's change the scenario. Let's see and try your tone over here in this area, because your tone may actually be appropriate in this area, and over here it's a strength, and instead of over here it's a weakness. Now, for example, if I'm on the phone with a customer, the tone may need to be lowered, and I do try my best to have a lower tone or whatnot. But then over here in this area, if we need to maybe have you train or something like that, then your tone is appropriate because everybody needs to hear what you're saying. You understand? So, boom, just in a scenario where if you were to promote me into a training position or some supervising position or something like that, the tone becomes appropriate because then at that point people would my tone would need to be louder because everybody would need to be able to hear what is being said or what it is that I'm saying because I am a person that likes to explain. I feel like I do, okay, explain things, in a way that maybe somebody may not have thought of before, and different things like that. I really do bring out a different aspect and different perspective to certain things and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it's really unfortunate. My situation is really unfortunate. And that's why, like I said, I create the last word for myself just to kind of vent about things in my journey and in my life. Things that I'm experiencing that has been very difficult for me you know, to get through. Excuse me, and usually talking it out has helped me a lot to just get things off my chest and not let it fester. And I really hate that my video got cut short early because it was just more that I wanted to say. But that's pretty much it. I mean, basically, like, when someone is working a job, they're going to be there like 37 hours. Well, I know my job is 37 and a half hours a week. But other people's jobs may be more than that, and it may be up to 40 hours. Even sometimes people have to work, graveyard shifts and all that on their jobs up to 50 hours. And I think people in management and leadership have to understand that no, you're not going to go into a job and not be emotionally or mentally affected when you're dealing with one another. I think we just in a workplace need to be more conscious of that as human beings. Like if you're a human being and you have been hurt before in a workplace, like I just don't see how you could become a supervisor and do that to someone else but a lot of people are going to continue to perpetuate what was done to them because they think that's the right thing to do or the right way. But not necessarily. If you are a professional, yes, you still have to be professional and do your job the professional way. But if you know that something was done before you were promoted that hurt you, then you have to step back and say, okay, now I'm a supervisor. I don't think I want to go about it that route because it hurt me when I did it that way or when I was done that way. Let me think of another way to be able to do this because I wouldn't want to inflict that pain on someone else. You understand? And not only that, you once were where the employee is and somebody either had to help you. If you got there on your own, great. You understand? Great. Kudos to you, but everybody's not like you. They may need extra help, support, educating, and extra tools or resources to help them develop and grow to that level. And if you are, and see, true leaders don't mind doing that with somebody. And that's what I'm saying. It's a difference between being like a true leader than just a supervisor or a manager, because a true leader don't mind help creating more leaders. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the difference. Like, there is a difference. The difference is the character part of it, like the humanity of it. You understand the character and the humanity part of it and helping build someone up. Nobody is going to be perfect. You understand? But you have to look at that person and see, don't their imperfections or, their weaknesses weigh out. You understand? I'm going on 20 minutes, but let me go ahead and get off here. But basically that's it. It's just difficult sometimes, and because I know I'm not an unreasonable person. Like, I have a lot of logic and I'm very rational. You understand? I'm very upbeat, very positive. I have a positive attitude. You understand? But I have weaknesses as well. So but I'm coachable for someone to help me with those weaknesses, even at times, because I have experiences times when I had to be coached and helped, and I was able to grow from that, so I can still continue to grow and be helped and go on and go further. But it's just really sad, it's really getting sad to the point where I thought that I would be able to deal and continue to go on. But when you're dreading going to work, like I've never ever dreaded going to work before. Like some people have, and I've noticed that, and I never ever was able to relate to them, but now I see why. And I'm grateful that I see why too, because but I'm still gonna go in with a smile on my face because of the fact that I have a way and means to make a living for myself to pay my cost of living, right? So that's why I smile. But now I do understand why some people necessarily wouldn't smile, because of the dealings that I've had to go through within the last couple of months with the management and the leadership dealings that I haven't really experienced before. I haven't experienced it before, so I just didn't know. You understand? So, but now I know, it's like, okay, I have to pray more, fast more, consecrate myself more, anoint myself more, and be more humble, and try to be as humble as I can be with dealing with, because dealing with things like that, because because it has a spiritual aspect to it too, and a lot of people don't understand that how they're being used. You understand? So by the enemy and different things like that. But that's basically it. And this is not to bash them or anything like that. I just think I could use improvement, but so can they. We all need improvement. You understand? Like, I'm not doing anything that they feel like is over the top, and I don't think they're doing anything to help me get there. Okay? So we're even. But here's the kicker right here. You were able to go into your position, and you were able to get promoted when maybe you didn't do everything that you needed to do to be promoted either, but you still got promoted because you were liked. And that's the whole point of this video, is talking about brown nosing and promotion, the fact that promotion comes from above, okay? Because really the video is going to be about brown nosing, but the concept is that, okay, I just want to flip the brown nosing part and not let it be so much about the brown nosing part of it, but to just understand and focus on, okay, I'm not going to brown nose to get promoted. I'm just going to pray and allow the promotion to come from above and continue to wait on God and just stay in faith. And I like the video that I seen this morning that I had put on my Facebook page. If you follow me on Facebook, my therapeutic staycation is what I'm doing. It's what I'm calling this week off from work to keep my sanity, okay? But she called it, what did she call her video? I forget what the name of it was. I think it was Fight the Good Fight of Faith. That's what it was called. She called it Fight the Good Fight of Faith. But then, of course, I had reposted it and shared it on my page, and then just put stay in faith or something like that. But basically, in the video, I really like what she shared. It helped me at a time that I didn't even realize, God just works like that. He works in mysterious ways, because some of the things she shared in her video is something that I need to hear for my current situation. She talked about how you need to be patient, wait on God, don't rush certain things, and that how, and also how, oh goodness, what was the other point? She wait on God. Oh, and she was just saying, that while you're waiting on him, he's gonna watch you and see if you wait patiently or see if you get antsy and impatient. He want to see if what attitude you're gonna have while you're waiting. But I tell you, I'm about at the breaking point right now. That's the reason why I'm like, I had to take a therapeutic week of vacation, and I've never done that. I never have just taken off work and stay home. I usually don't take off work unless I really do intend to go on a literal vacation. Like, I worked 6 years straight one time with no vacation. The only days I had off were the state holidays and different things like that. Okay, was those holidays. No vacation. at all. I didn't really start taking a vacation until I had transferred back here from my other job. I had no vacation, never took a vacation for like 6 years straight. You understand? And I just recently started taking a vacation. But they don't remember things like that. See, it's so that's the reason why I was trying to encourage them when I did speak with someone in management. Don't blow up a person's negative, because you deceive yourself to think that this is all this person is, when in reality, no, I haven't been. You understand? I went 6 years straight without a vacation. You understand? So, like, be real, be sensible with people, because people need to keep their sanity. You know, especially in America in this day and age, people are going crazy. Why do you think like people be going in shooting up jobs and all this crazy stuff? And then now I'm going through what I'm going through. I'm thinking, oh my God, now I see why. Let me take out work, because I can't be that person. I cannot be that person. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have to make sure I keep my sanity, take care of myself, take care of my well-being. That's another thing. As supervisors and leaders care about their employees and care about their employees' well-being. You understand what I'm saying? Like, some employers, they don't care about you. It's so sad though. You know, and when I say employer, I'm speaking of like offices, right? But who are in the offices? Human beings. We are the office. Okay, we have to show our care for one another and our care toward each other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, somebody in that office probably don't even know I have a last word channel. We don't even know each other outside. Not saying that we have to get to know each other that way, but I'm just saying it would help if the management did know that I do have this channel. You understand what I'm saying? Because they would know I'm doing something outside of work other than just coming to work every day. You understand? Like, doing other things. Sorry. Itch my nose. But anyway, I'm not digging in it. It was just the side of my nose. But anyway, so yeah, it's a trip. I tell you, it is a trip. And, you know, I had to go on a release, like I said, because my last word channel is a place for me to be heard and me to just release things that I'm dealing with. It's like, this is like part of my self-therapy right here. And I never thought that I would have to come on and talk about what I go through at work and different things like that. But, you know, it is what it is. And I have to deal with it. And I've been dealing with it for quite some time. And it's just really sad, you know. You know, pain really can change a person. The pain that I've dealt with in my personal life has caused me to change, and the pain that I'm starting to deal with on this job is starting to affect me, and I have to really change it quick. So that's what this week is all about. Me just taking a breather from my job, just to take care of myself, and also to rethink my approach to my work life right now, because it's getting kind of hectic. it's getting kind of hectic, and me just figuring out other ways and means to create income for myself outside of just that job, because you know, if I'm not either going to excel, it's like either excel or go home. Or, you know, I just cannot continue to do it. It's just so sad. It's just really, really sad, because it's like nobody is laughs, nobody smiles. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's so rigid, and just the morale is like, you come in, you can feel it in the air. It's like, it's so sad. You know, it's just really, really sad. And I just never imagined like that it would just be that way so bad. Like I never imagined it, because really I didn't pay attention before. I would just come in, do my work, go home. I would come on in, do my work, go home. Like, I was smiling and being positive, and when I smile at somebody, they smile back at me. So I'm thinking everybody is all right in the work world. And you have no idea that all these things are going on around you, which a leader is supposed to be more aware. So I'm glad that I'm becoming more aware of those things. And And yeah, I got me a book on it too about leadership and all that. So I'm gonna take a look at that book and read that as well. Because I got that from my therapist this week. Because I went to see my therapist this week about the things that I'm going through at my job, and so she encouraged me and gave me a book to read. And gave me a book to read. So I'll be reading that. But oh God, I went in 30 minutes. Let me go. I'm getting out of here. I need to post the other. I'm gonna have to post the other video in the link for you to be able to see. And I am beat. But I have to get out of this and just be able to bring myself back, and just continue to pray more, about this situation and what I'm going through, and just do my hardest to get myself out of this stupor with this work situation fast. Because if I don't, I really don't know what I'm going to do at this point. You know, I have some other ideas of things that maybe I want to do, but they're not going to create the income. It's not going to replace the income that I'm going to need it to replace at this point. So, alrighty, talk to y'all later. Bye bye.